Hello everyone! Welcome back. I know it's been a while. This is going to be a new project. The Porsche 911. This beautiful, beautiful, beautiful engine I rebuilt less than a year ago. August. We're ripping out the engine and an LS2 is going in it.
LS2.
LS2.
Oh, cool. Thing didn't break.
So, I'm going to document this process of ripping this thing out. What's on here now is we've got oil cooler lines on here. Talk about this is your radiation number like 4. There is a pump up in there, buried behind all the cooler lines. I made that pump sitting up in there. The lines run up, snake their way up in there to a oil cooler that's sitting up in there. So, customers changing it out because these engines are problematic to having IMS failure, IMS chain tensioner failure, all that stuff. The engine was originally torn down for the fact that one of the IMS tensioners, the plastic piece, was found in the oil pan when I did the oil change on it. Actually, when I did oil cooler lines, when I originally was doing that, we found that in there. So I ended up having to rip it down, tear the block in half, replace all that, replace the bearings. Heads got machined, freshened up, everything like that, and it got all put back together. So this is where we're at. So today I'm just gonna get the engine out because he's got the engine sold. Get that thing ripped out, get that thing sent away. He's ordering in the kit for the engine, everything like that. So I figured since it's been a while, I got some other videos laying around, but just haven't had time. A bunch of stuff's been going on, so I just haven't had time to do that. Personal things and stuff, you know. So gonna get this engine ripped out and then do this process of doing this. So hopefully it's pretty good. Hopefully it's pretty interesting. I don't know. Pretty sure there's been other YouTube videos out there of the process of swapping it, so you get to see my failures and everything like that. So this should be pretty good. But Starion's still here, so is Miata. They're becoming collectibles right now for the time being. But these will both be moved as the Porsche will be beached on that rack as the swap process goes on. But it's going to take roughly, I think, around a month to get the swap kit. Half a month? No, I think roughly a month to get the swap kit. So, yeah. So with that, let's get started. Alright, hopefully that time lapse wasn't horrible. I completely forgot how to pull this thing apart. It's been a little while, but so now I have to get I'm gonna drain all the Freon, suck all the stuff out of the power steering, so on and so forth. This is a beautiful cold air intake I made in a little box. He said that the intake air temps are phenomenal now with this setup. Got rid of all the box and everything like that. Drivability, no issues at all. This originally was set up to do a rear mount oil cooler. So the oil cooler is back here. I forget the company. They sell this plate that goes in the back to where you can run oil cooler lines. So we did that, and then he had oil pressure issues on the old motor. This is before we rebuilt it, and we ended up having oil pressure issues of it dropping because the lines were too long. Long story short, we did a bunch of different irradiations, different pipe sizes, blah blah blah. Comes down, that setup is junk. Just leave the stock cooler on there and then run an external oil pump that pumps it up to a cooler up front and then brings it back to the pan. And that's when we found the broken pieces from the IMS tensioner. Then we are at a dyno. I had this thing I used to just zip tie it up right here for him. I was like, okay, just zip tie it, it's fine, don't worry about it. He didn't want to do anything else. Well, then he ended up rubbing a hole in it, and these things are a pain in the butt to get to. Much easier when the engine's out because you got to remove the intake, all this stuff to get this thing off. So I made him this cute little mount thing here so it doesn't go nowhere, because the original air box has a mount to hold this. So yeah, this turned out okay. I mean, my welds aren't the prettiest things in the world, but it turned out real well. And it made just as much power as a stock box does, if not a little bit more. So it's not like it was impeding on performance at all. So so now I'm just gonna get all this stuff out of here and then get ready to drop the engine. So alright, today we're going to put actually still the same video, so day number 2 for me. We're gonna put the adapter on. I'm gonna show you guys the adapter. This is the adapter. So this goes to a LS based motor to the Porsche transmission, and it is Kennedy Engineering. There's the kit numbers in case you guys need them. And there's a little bit of funky stuff with the Porsche trans. So when you get a transmission, when you order this kit for the flywheel and stuff, the flywheel and clutch adapter, you have to check this piece in your transmission. See how this is a 997? This has been upgraded. The 996 stuff is obsolete, I guess. So this has been updated, and this is a different length of where it is pushing on the pressure plate. So make sure you look at that stuff before you order it. Unfortunately, Kennedy Engineering did not say anything about that. My buddy came across it in the forums, and he saw that one guy was having issues with it. Turns out these are the problems, being that this is old style. So you have to get a different pressure plate that the fingers stick out farther that this will touch. So let's go ahead and put this thing together now. Alright, so before we get started, we will look at this. This is the... Come on. No, I don't know how to do English accent, unfortunately.
I'll do it for you.
Okay. This is the clutch. This is the flywheel. Pretty crazy little setup. And then this is the pressure plate I was talking about. This one's got to be changed out to the other one. So, according to the instructions, this has got to be bolted on first, which looks like I have to... No, it looks like I can get down through there. It looks like they leave enough room. I'll have to separate this piece, so let's try to do it. Flip the switch and push the button. Push the button. No, there's a little... Flip the switch that's down below. Let me turn the switch on yet. Come on, fam. There's so many switches on it. There's like 2 switches on there. One that has like start, run, and all that stuff. It doesn't need a brake. It's hydrostatic. Nice work, dude. Leave that door all the way open. Oh my God. Have you never used a garage door before? Is this legit your first time?
Hey, would you look at that? You dirty animal, you already did it.
Good job, buddy. Wow, you did it all by yourself?
I was like, wait, why is there a dash 6 line sticking all the way out? Wow. You already got the other things on there, so the fuel's done?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. You are a badass motherfucker.
Oh, you know, like the side.
You have to start removing the garbage in front.
You can't go on.
What's that?
You can't go on. Technically, you have to help me hold this. We're going to stick a pry bar through here. That's what it is. Hold that.
Just hit myself with the dash 6 line. Good work. Found the tensioner. Good job. They specified what the torque is?
Nope, I'm just making up numbers as I go.
No, I'm serious.
I'm making up numbers as I go. I'm making them up after I read this thing.
I mean, that makes sense, to be honest.
I really don't know how to read, so I'm just kind of guessing.
Oh, I see. Being an asshole.
I see. What I do is I see these numbers on here, and then I just keep going up until my number matches that number. So it's like a puzzle.
Well, that's fine.
Listen to that power. Oh, listen to that power. Come on, use some muscles. Get breakfast.
Come on, baby! God. Here, I'm gonna take a picture of this.
Spacers in these some steel.
Starts.
Oh, I see why they say bolt that on first now. Okay.
Nailed it. Why?
Oh, so that's why they run such a big. This is so big.
Well, right, yeah, because this thing's
Right, the way of the peoples.
Sorry, peoples. Peoples. Mario Van Peoples. It's pretty dope.
Yeah, so they run this to be so big because it has to be down past these.
Well, yeah.
And to get that room, you need this.
Right. You need to space it out like a motherfucker. I wonder if this is going to do anything adverse to the balance. Shouldn't, right?
The only thing it could do is just wear out the
Friction surface.
outer bearing because you have more weight hanging down all the time.
Outer bearing on what?
The main bearing in the back.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So like the service life might be shorter?
Yeah.
Might be 100,000 instead of 200,000?
Oh, okay. So the dowels they want out here for that transition.
The what?
I was wondering what the hell they wanted me to do with the these dowels they wanted to install. Man, you were good at standing in front of the camera.
You're going to fast forward through all this shit anyway.
Well, not through me putting all this stuff on.
Alright, so all this stuff...
You can easily stand on the other side of the order.
I'm just going to knock over the tripod. Sorry, people. It's going on YouTube.
Yep, it's going on YouTube. Your Loctite blows, I'm not using it.
What's that?
So your Loctite blows, I'm not using it. You said you got to pull the carpet, don't you?
Yeah, I'll do that later.
No wonder you guys take so long to do projects. You should probably start moving stuff around, then you both had real bad ADD, and then they both just start talking.
I just like seeing this stuff.
somebody that doesn't know how to work on fire.
This is also positive reinforcement for you.
Okay. So I'm going to show you guys the difference. So there is the one we're pulling off. You can see the fingers sticking out. And then this is the new one going on. So this would be for the old 996 stuff. This is for the new 997 stuff. See how much farther the fingers stick out? That's the difference that you run into. So in case anybody's doing one of these and you have the 997 stuff, this is the pressure plate you need. I thought this would be video worthy. I'll show you guys my horrible welds. That one. Goopy McGoop Goop. And let's see the other side.
Before we bolt it on, should we replace this piece?
No.
What do you mean? That's what we're going to run.
Yeah, but then that can be taken off when it's on the car.
Boy.
Look at this guy. And then this horrible weld here. Goop, pretty goop goop. Getting a little better. But not the greatest yet. This guy, he's all like, hey, where'd this pickup tube is in the wrong spot? The oil pan's not gonna fit. I was like, what are you talking about? He thought the oil pan went on backwards. He thought it went on like this. I was like, dude, doesn't work like that, bro. All right, so let's go. This put on. Oh yeah, by the way, these bungs are for the oil cooler setup. So we'll go that. We'll get all this put on, and then maybe when I bring you back, we'll have the transmission on. Did not get us putting this thing on, but it's on. Everything's good. Just ran into an issue. This portion right here, I either could grind this down. Oh man, I don't like how he put that on there. Why is there such a big mark on there? Oh, it's actually hitting this. So we have to grind this down a wee bit to make that fit. And then this big guy back here is touching the intake back here. So I might have to grind some of that down too. So I'll bring you back once I get all this done and correctly in there. That worries me some. I don't know what the hell is going on there, but we'll figure it out. Okay, got a little bit more done. Ended up, I broke the one plug that was in here, so we ended up using the original oil pressure, and then I tapped that for 1/8. This is for the aim dash. This is a coolant temp sensor. I got the correct belt on now. I got everything cleanest up here. Got the fuel rails on, running Holley fuel rails, stock injectors, and this is for the PCV system. And then what I did was chop this down, milled this down so this would fit in there, and then just TIG welded it on top. So I don't know if they make a fitting for that, but I just made that. So we gotta order some more fittings. So this is gonna be a 45 here. So this is a cleaner bend going around. I had to clearance this plate. I think I said that in the last part of the video, but had to clearance this plate for that to fit. These are the steam tubes. We gotta order some more fittings for those. I got the coil pack harnesses on. That's all done. That's bolted on. Oh, this motor, we found a bunch of chunks of plastic in here and stuff, because this is a motor that we bought from a guy that came out of a Trailblazer SS, and it was in a fire, so we found a bunch of stuff in there. So we really don't know the condition of the motor yet. So it was said it was quote unquote rebuilt, so we'll see how that goes. Got the fittings done, those are in. So this now what we're going to do is test fit the motor and see how it fits in there. Oil pan's all done. This is the return for the oil cooler, and then the pickups on the other side, which is down on the ground. Right there, that's down there. That's gonna be your pickup. So, and it's gonna help too, because when you accelerate, all the oil's gonna go to the back here. This is the new back, because the motor sits reverse. So that should be really good there. Technically, this alternator, everybody flips this bracket up tops and rotate the alternator this way, but I went ahead and did it this way. I don't know, we'll see. It doesn't really matter, so we will see. So now let's go ahead and try to snake this puppy on in there. 13. Okay, ran into an issue. We gotta pull the water pump off because I gotta pull this plate off. Actually, water pump? No, I can't because I got it bolted over there. So the water pump's gotta come off. The plate's gotta come off because we will hit these because you cannot push the motor back far enough because of this. So in case anyone is ever doing one of these, make sure this plate does not go on before the motor goes in.
Nice. That's nice.
And this is where we're sitting. Almost got her in. Doob doob doob. I'm the best videographer ever. So
You got clearance right there, that's nice.
right now we got it sucked up in there to where the intake's just touching the chassis. Hang on. Hang on. So we're touched up in there, snugged up in there, so should give us enough room to put the front plate on and then get these motor mounts mocked up in so.
Wow, I didn't realize it came out that far.
Yeah, look at that. Wob, 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 wob.
We should probably...
She's in. Coolant pipes. We had to pull the motor back out to put the coolant pipes in, and I capped off these holes there. Coolant pipes are in. Oh yeah, the water pump, the fittings. I'm gonna get 290s, we're gonna run it up, and the coolant heater core hoses. Sorry, it's late, can't think. Heater core hoses go bloop bloop to the back. So there's that. Getting a 120 silicone coupler going this way. I was gonna weld on this, but in case there's any issues that he may have and got to chain this at the track, I want to make it as easy as possible. So there's that. More fittings for like this. It's gonna be 45 off here. There are some more fittings for the steam vents. Yeah, that's how all that stuff sits. This is, I think this is an evap line. I think, or maybe this is evap line. This is brake booster. This might be brake booster. I don't know. So that'll have to be cut back there and reran. But I'm gonna put the tank in over there. So that's it. I think maybe possibly in the next video you will see a test fighter. I'm gonna make this a very short series, like 2 videos, 2, 3. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. So until next time, guys. Peace.